Welcome back. One local activist group is calling on government to put forward and enact campaign finance reform legislation. Lamarck Campbell, chairman of the group Citizens for a Better Bahamas, says it seems now there's not enough transparency when it comes to how election campaigns are funded and where the money is going.
It's important because, when it comes to political campaigns, as the mantra goes, you can't serve two masters. So it's definitely important that the public have an input on where the funding is coming from. And also there's caps that are made on the funding and spending during campaign. There's a lot of speculation, but there's no disclosure. And I think what is important is that the citizens, we have a right to know where our political parties are being funded.
Campbell said given recent reports and media headlines concerning campaign donors, including questions concerning alleged contributions by Lyford Key resident Peter Nygaard, more and more Bahamians are demanding answers.
The headlines itself, it has grabbed the attention of the everyday, Bahamian, because a lot that is coming out of it, I mean, we don't really want to go too deep into it. However, it's something that I think it's a straw. It's something that affects the Bahamians, and we are now actually becoming more awake and what's happening.
And speaking generally as to the wider issue of corruption, independent candidate for the Elizabeth constituency, Tennille Burrows, said a lot of Bahamians have expressed concerns about the problem, but are not sure as to what can actually be done to prevent it. She said both administrations have spoken to campaign finance reform, but there haven't been any concerted efforts towards implementing it.
I think in the past couple of years, these have been the buzz phrases: transparent, accountable, etc. But again, we haven't seen the action it takes to really see the laws and the amendment to existing laws come to be, to the extent where we'll see prosecutions and prevention of such acts. We have the Prevention of Bribery Act currently on the books. We have the Public Disclosure Act currently on the books. The Public Disclosure Act has been widely pretty much disregarded by a number of parliamentarians for the past. This has been in place for 30 plus years. We have the Public Accounts Committee that's in place and exists to allow primarily the opposition members of parliament on a committee to scrutinize the expenditure of the government.
And she echoed Campbell's comments that more citizens are pushing for reform and to end corruption.
While there might be a few people that benefit from cronyism and things of that nature, the vast majority of Bahamians are concerned about corruption and fiscal responsibility or irresponsibility that happens too frequently in the country. So we're now at the place where we're saying we want to elect people who are serious about these issues and going to tackle them head on and not be afraid of victimization or or being blacklisted or anything like that. I venture to say that I don't think anybody in the two existing major parties have exhibited the seriousness to call for these laws to be enacted. They might say in media appearances that, oh yes, I stand for accountability and transparency, etc. But we haven't seen someone as of late present legislation to that effect.
You're watching the best in Bahamian news. There's more when NB12 returns.